Want to sing a little bit. He said not to keep you over 3 or 4 hours, if that's all right. So, no. No, we're going to come and do, I've actually got a new CD out. We're going to do some stuff off of it. I had a couple of people already asked me about that. And we're going to do some things with that. But most of all, we want to sing praise to the one that deserves the praise. His name is Jesus Christ. We have come to the place in our life where our faith must be stronger than our fears. For if heaven is to be our destination, through every storm, it's always clear. The surest way you can get there from here is to walk on faith and trust God's love and keep on putting one foot down in front of the other. When that valley is so wide that you stumble and slide, and everything inside you it wants to give up. Oh, just walk on faith and trust God's love. How many's been there? Farther on beyond the shadows of our doubt, where we will live, where a soul will never die. Though that road we sometimes travel, it is uncertain, they still lay true in our hearts, they never lie. Oh, it's by His grace that we're bound to rise. If we walk on faith and trust God's love, and we keep on putting one foot down in front of the other, when that valley is so wide that you stumble and try, and everything inside you wants to give up, oh, you just walk on faith and trust God's love. Oh, just walk on faith and trust God's love. Keep on putting one foot down in front of the other. When that valley is so wide that you stumble and try, and everything inside you it wants to give up, oh, just walk on faith and trust God's love. Oh, just walk on faith and trust God's love. When the valley's so wide that you won't give up, oh, just walk on faith. When that mountain's high, everything inside, oh, tells you give up. Oh, I've been there so many times in my life, folks, where I just had to just put one foot in front of the other. I didn't know that I could even do that. I don't know. I've told this story before. My mom and dad, before they left this world, they both suffered with cancer. My dad had 6.5 years of major cancer surgeries, one right after the other. And I was trusting God the whole way. Didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. My dad was a pastor of the same little country church for 42 years. He looked at me one day, he said, you know, a person should never have to live like this. And it broke my heart because I know what he was feeling. But God had another plan. He took him out of this old world of suffering. It broke my heart when he did. But it lifted my dad to the place that he promised him if he would stay true. And that's exactly what my dad did. I had to just keep walking and keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's what my dad did through all that. My mother did the same thing through all that. I found that if we just keep doing that and stay faithful, that he is faithful. He always said he would be. and he always will be. We'll sing you a song now I wrote. This is the story of my life. We've kind of all been here, I guess. Well, maybe not all of us, but most of the friends I've had have been in the same place I've been. But it talked about the days that the devil had me right by the nose and was leading me around, and I followed him. I couldn't wait to follow him. And he was taking me to a place that I sure didn't need to be and didn't want to be. And I'm thankful one day on the side of the road in a little old country church, Jesus Christ changed all that. We'll reach for the bottom of the barrel of life, was the picture that I painted so well. The devil had my number in his little black book with a one-way ticket straight to hell. Then he shifted his gears and he shoved me even harder. I was doomed to die in sad disgrace. I was all finished and broken. He knew that I was done, but he forgot about amazing grace. He forgot about the man that died to save me when everything I could try failed. He must have slipped his mind about the power of his blood and the love that breaks the chains so well. It'll break yours today too. That old devil, he grinned. He said, "I've got you, boy." And he laughed right in my face. He thought he'd won the last round as I was going down, but he forgot about amazing grace. Aren't you thankful for that grace? Without one single bite, fasted 40 days and nights through the wilderness Jesus was led. The devil thought that he could break him cause he knew he'd be hungry, and he told him, "Why, just turn your old stones to bread." But Jesus answered him with a "Get thee behind me." He put the tempter in his place. Then that old devil skipped town as the angels came down. See, he forgot about amazing grace. Yes, he forgot about the man that died to save me when everything that I could try failed. Must have slipped his mind about the power of his blood and the love that breaks the chain so well. Just broke him right in two. That old devil, he grinned. He said, "I've got you now, boy." And he laughed right in my face. He thought he'd won the last round as I was going down, but he forgot about amazing grace. And I love this last verse here. It seems like I live it just about every other day in my life. Well, you know, it tickles me a little and it drives me up the wall. I know I'm having one of those days when that old devil shows up with his 2 cents worth, scheming out his evil-lined ways. He just keeps right on plotting, and he'll offer you the world if he thinks that it will turn the tide. Well, he might push me around a little, but he can't mess with a man who now lives inside. That's right. He forgot about the man that died to save me when everything that I could try failed. Must have slipped his mind about the power of his blood and the love that breaks the chain so well. He's waiting to break yours today. The devil, he grinned. He said, "I've got you, boy." He laughed right in my face. He thought he'd won the last round as I was going down, but he forgot about amazing grace. Yeah, he thought he'd won the last round as I was going down. He forgot about amazing grace. Oh, yes, he did. Folks, there's a lot of truth in that song right there. You know, I tried everything I could to satisfy the longing with the itch that I never could get scratched, as the old country boy says. I tried it all, whatever my money would allow me to do. I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend, but whatever I could buy, I tried it. And it would work for just a little while. and I'd move on to something else. And it'd work for just a little while. Then I'd move on to something else. And it would please the old man inside for just a little while. But you know, everything that I went through, I tried. I tried this. I tried that. I was running in circles, trying to find something to give me peace in my heart. So bringing just a little happiness to my life. I was so miserable. I had gotten so miserable that I didn't care if I lived or died. I just didn't care. I just existed. But I'm so thankful one day on the side of a little country road in a little white country church, as an old country preacher preached a message and told me that Jesus Christ loved me and that I didn't have to live the way I was living. Told me I didn't have to go out of that building that night feeling the same way I felt when I came in. And I fell on my face that night and I found Jesus Christ and he came in my life. My life has never been the same since. That's right. He's satisfied that longing, and every day when I get up, he satisfies it again every day for me. He's all that I'll ever need. I thank him so much for having me in his family, because he didn't have to do it, but he did. I'm so thankful. I'm going to sing a song for you now. I told you that my dad used to be a pastor of a little country church for 42 years before God called him home. And the life of pastor's children, I don't know if anybody's grew up in a pastor's home, but it's a little different than everybody else. You do a lot of sacrificing, folks, and you got a great pastor and pastor's wife here, and hold them up and love them, because it's a hard road to walk, I'll just tell you. But anyhow, on Sunday morning, we would be really, really busy trying to get ready for church, because we had to get there early and had to turn the heat on. There wasn't no air conditioning back then. You had to open the windows, let the bugs in. But had to pick up all the trash and get everything just right, and we had to be there early. So we was in a hurry on Sunday mornings. But on Sunday mornings, there was a show that came on TV that I just loved, and there was one of my heroes used to sing. And the show had a theme song went kind of like this: Jubilee, Jubilee, you're invited to this happy Jubilee. Anybody remember that? Y'all are old as I am, ain't you? But my hero, Mr. Kenny Henson, would come on in and sing, and I'd sit and wait for 20 and 30 minutes just to get to hear him sing. And he would sing this song, and I know y'all probably know it. If you do, help me sing it. He's a lot of the reason I'm standing here today doing what I do. Now there's a lighthouse on the hillside. It overlooks life's sea. When I'm tossed, it sends out light, the light that I might see. And the light shines in darkness now, safety. If it wasn't for that old lighthouse and this old ship right here, why I'd sail no more. Everybody that lives around it, all around it, they say, man, why don't you tear that old lighthouse down? The big ships, they don't sail by this way anymore. There's just ain't no use this old thing standing around. In my mind it goes back to that stormy night when just in time, oh, that's when I saw the light. It was the light from that old lighthouse. You know what else? It still stands up there on the hill. Help me sing. And I thank God for the lighthouse. You see, I owe my life to Him. For Jesus, He is that lighthouse. And from the rocks of sin, He has shone His light If it wasn't for the lighthouse, then tell me where would this ship be? Yes, I thank God for the lighthouse. You see, I owe my whole life to Him, for Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shone His light around me, so that I might clearly see. And if it wasn't for that lighthouse, then tell me where would this ship be? Oh, tell me where would I be? Thank you, Jesus. Praise your holy name. Oh, I thank Him so much that one day He shined the light that I could see. I was so lost. I was so miserable in my sins. I just didn't know what to do, but I'm so thankful. We have grace. We have a Savior. I'm so thankful for Him. I just don't know what in the world, how I made it so long. I thought I didn't make it without Him. I thought I was lucky, Tim. So many times in my life I would escape things, car wrecks, you name it. I went through all that mess. And I would be thinking, boy, I was really lucky. How lucky was I? But I was so foolish to think such. Because what it was, I had a praying mom and dad at home on their knees. When I'd be out at night, they'd be praying, God, keep your hand on my boy. Bring him home safe, and God answered prayers. I'm so thankful that we serve that kind of a God tonight. Thank you, Jesus. Oh. I don't know if y'all can feel just a little of what I'm feeling up here today. But Jesus is in the house today, folks. I can tell you that. I'm going to sing you a song now. This talks about you can find Jesus anywhere. And that's so true. You don't have to be inside the church house. You can find Jesus out behind the barn. That's kind of what this song says. I found Him on the jailhouse floor. Well, there once was a time when I was dead inside. I blamed the Lord for the day that I was born, and I prayed to the devil to die. And just when I thought that old devil had won, someone opened up the door. The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. I found Jesus on the jailhouse floor. Now He broke the chain that found me. Now I'm free. Today I'm right where Mama prayed I'd be. Well, I'm down on my knees. Mama did for sure. He's King of Kings, oh Lord, and I found Jesus on the jailhouse floor. If you're in trouble, my friend, let me tell you what to do. I'll tell you what He's done for me, and I know what He'll do for you. No, it makes no difference what you've done. You've a friend in the friend He's on the Lord. And I found Jesus on the jailhouse floor. He's King, He's Lord, Lord. And I found Jesus on the jailhouse floor. Thank you so much. I sing that song. It reminds me back when I was a kid. Dad used to have a jailhouse ministry. And we used to go. I was so small, they had a little glass window that you look back in there and seen them. And we'd walk up there, and some of them, when we first would get there, they'd be laughing and poking fun. When we'd be leaving, they'd be sitting there with tears in their eyes because Christ had been spoke to their heart. Folks, you can find him anywhere. He's anywhere you want to be, you want to go, he's there. I'm going to sing you a song now. I've always been a big Merle Haggard fan. Anybody like Merle Haggard? Y'all will be honest here in church, you know. It's better to be honest. I've always been a big fan of his music and his style of singing. I found out that Kenny Henson of the Henson, he was a big fan of Merle Haggard too, and that's the reason that he sings a lot of the way that he did. And that made it even better. I said, that's just getting gooder and gooder. But anyhow, he wrote this song back in, I think, in 1969. I hope I'm getting the dates right. And it talks about how bad the shape of the world had gotten in 1969. Let that sink in for just a second. If they could just see us now, 1969 could look up here and see 2019. But anyhow, he wrote this song that came out in 1970, and if there's any more of a truer song than this song is today, I don't know what it would be. Like the ancient Roman Empire, this world is doomed to fall. And it's much too great a task for mortal man to take a look around and see the writing on the wall. Somehow I've got to find the helping hand. This world has never been in the awful shape it's in. The people scorn the things our leaders do. It's time for prayer is spoken from the heart of every man. Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. The mighty roar of gunfire, now a local sound, and our city streets that filled with angry men. Our law is just a mockery about our troubled land, and destruction seems to be her trend. Well, this world has never been in the awful shape it's in. Our leaders are in doubt of what to do. It's time a prayer is spoken from the heart of every man. Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. For this world has never been in the awful shape it's in. People scorn the things our leaders do. It's time a prayer is spoken from the heart of every man. Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. Sweet Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. Sweet Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. I say, Jesus, take a hold and lead us through. Boy, is that a true song or what? That's the only thing, folks, that I know that'll fix this nation, if turned back to the one that created it. And why our leaders are so foolish and so blind to that fact, I just don't know. Or just, I think I do know. I think it's the devil. I do know it's the devil blinding their eyes. But we need to pray for our country, folks. We're in a serious, serious place. I know we sometimes take that for granted. We think that everything goes on forever just like it is, but it necessarily is like that. So keep our country in constant prayer. I'm going to do you a song now on the fiddle. Y'all like the fiddle music? I had somebody out there ask me a while ago if I was going to do some Charlie Daniels. I like it when I get requests. Most of the requests I get is to put that thing up. You're driving me crazy. That's anyhow. Thing was in tune when I got it. I always like the melody of this song. How many has heard the Wagon Wheel song? I know you. If you hadn't lived under a rock, that thing went to #1 twice in 2 different genres of music. And I was sitting at the house one day, and I said, people just love the melody to that, but the words are just crazy. So I said, I think I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to rewrite that. And I rewrote a Christian version, a parody, if you will. I think that's the proper name to call it, a parody of the Wagon Wheel, and I call it the Rock of Ages. And hope you like this. It's been really popular everywhere I've played it out. People have loved it. And I got to play it last year. I was at the Mercer County Fair playing it, and I started sawing on the fiddle, the Wagon Wheel, and they started running from everywhere. They were going to help me sing the Wagon Wheel. Well, when I started singing, it was different. So they got to hear the message in this song. So I really liked the song after it came out. I'm not so much crazy on every song I write, but this one, it has a great message now and a great melody. I hope you enjoy this. Well, I'm walking this road to my home in heaven. Devil's doing his best. Stop me if I let it. If I take my eyes off the prize ahead, I'm done. I know I can't stray. I gotta stay on course. When the devil tries to tempt me, I'll just remind him I'm yours. Gotta give it all I've got till my race is run. And rock those days, won't you hide down me? I gotta walk this road to the face I see. Oh, hide me, rock the bass jazz. And rock the bass, be the sword and shield. When I need the strength, just to go with. Oh, hide me, rock the bass jazz. As I go my way, sometimes they're lured to the side, then they fall astray. And I know I'll be one of them if I fail this test. You see, this road's filled with dangers and the ways dim, but if you shine your light, I'll find my way around them. If I hide myself with you, you got my every step. Oh, rock the face, won't you hide down me? I gotta walk this road till your face I see. Oh, please hide me, rock the bass jazz. And rock the bass, be the sword feet gets sore. Sometimes I feel like I can't go on anymore. This skirt sets in to where I just don't want to try. But then I get a little glimpse of what I've got awaiting, and in a few more miles I'm gonna be celebrating. And then I'm back up on my journey to my home. And rock the ages high down me. I gotta walk this road till your face I see. Oh, rock me, rock the ages. And rock the bass beat sword and shield. When I need the strength to do your will. Oh, rock me, rock the ages. And rock the bass beat high down me. I gotta walk this road till your face I see. Oh, rock me, rock the ages. And rock the bass beat sword and shield. When I need the strength just to do your will. Oh, please rock me, rock the bass beat. Sometimes we just need to hide in that rock, don't we? I'm going to have a sip of water on that one. How many of y'all had those nights where you just can't sleep, something's on your mind? You might have just trouble, family trouble, money troubles. It could be anything, but you just lay and toss and turn. It may be something that you did that you just can't forgive yourself for, and you need forgiveness for it. We all go through those things. And many, many nights I've laid in the bed and just tossed and turned and turned and tossed, and sleep just would not come. And I'd have to get out of my bed and go to my praying place. And I know everybody in this room has their praying place in their house. And I'd have to go downstairs and get on the end of that couch while I work things out with God. And He works things out with me. And He gives me peace in my heart. He's the only one that I know that can give you true peace. That is the only true peace, is Jesus Christ. Anyhow, I wrote this song about that. Hope you enjoy this. Lord, tonight I could sure use your shoulder to cry on. Lord, you've always been my hope. You're the answer that I rely on. When my troubles take me over, the hope shakes my heart, my back against the wall. I don't know where to start. I can't take it. Life drives me all the way down. On my knees I can find the peace and the strength nobody else can see. On my knees I can feel you sending down your angels to watch and comfort me. On my knees, it's the closest thing I can compare to being